Hello, humans. Welcome to our final Disney Plus watch along. Tonight, we're going to celebrate Halloween with
Halloween.
the freeform classic Hocus Pocus. And who knows? Maybe
It's funny because it's a freeform classic, but isn't it like smashing box office records right now?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
I guess we could talk about that. So what's going to happen is you can pull up Disney Plus. We're not going to stream the movie. We're just going to talk along with it as we can. And so just watch along. We'll tell you where we're at in the movie. But we're going to start first with a countdown. So once we get there, press play. Okay, so we are watching Hocus Pocus on Disney Plus, part of the Go Network, rated PG.
You know what's funny? I look at like Disney websites and it still says like blank.go. And I'm like, really? That's still a thing?
They so my understanding is, oh, look, it starts with a book. I'm sure that will be a pin at some point.
Hasn't it been already?
My understanding is that originally they didn't know if this movie was going to be a Touchstone or Disney movie, so they did some alternate takes. Like there's a little broad body or Touchstone version somewhere out there, and then there's the Disney version that ended up being released. A Kenny Ortega film of High School Musical fame and Newsies, and the king of
Michael Jackson. This is it,
right? Kenny Ortega is the king of Disney movies that have become more successful after their initial release.
I would think High School Musical was pretty successful when it hit.
Well, I mean, like when I meant theatrically. I mean, I guess
okay.
High School Musical 3 senior year, but I mean, Newsies
when they shoehorned that High School Musical show into Tomorrowland.
Oh, that was bad. So here is a boy who grew up to be on NCIS.
What always bothered me about this movie is they didn't even let him voice the cat. Like, spoiler, he becomes a cat.
It gives me Superman vibes of like when Christopher Reeve dubbed over like whoever played young Clark Kent. But there he is. Hi, Kyle.
Hey, works.
We are at 2 minutes and 11 seconds in.
Okay. Well.
Unless you're gonna do the thing from the other night where you watch us watch.
Well, I am, because my internet's already bad, so I'm not going to try to push it. But we'll just have to add 2 minutes to whatever this says.
So Jason Marsden voiced the cat.
Yep.
Who is, I think, best known for being Max in.
Yep. You ruined something I was going to say when the cat came out. I was going to be like, that cat sounds an awful lot like a young dog.
Oh.
You're not supposed to have scripted lines. That's how this is supposed to.
Yeah, this is supposed to be very casual. Oh, by the way, hello from Kingman, Australia. G'day, Mike.
Oh, I was going to think it was Kingman, Arizona.
It is. It's just an ongoing gag because I was stupid and she said AZ and I read it as Australia and not Arizona, which would make a lot more sense. What a matte painting.
Yeah, I don't think that one's in the archives anywhere. I don't think they saved that one.
So what I like about this
Was
movie, it was
charging.
filmed during the summer, but so they just threw like fall leaves on the ground. But if you look at the trees, they also have their leaves on them. So there's these mystery fall leaves from unknown trees.
It's funny. I was just watching Kathleen and Jimmy literally 40 minutes ago, maybe, in Alien Encounter.
Oh, do you watch Alien Encounter on a weekly basis?
No, my roommate, because I have the plush Skippy. I showed
Oh.
it the other night during the Coco
Yeah.
for the Alabria, whatever. And he was like, "That looks like something from Stitch." And I thought he was talking about the attraction at first. And no, he's like, "No, it's on the series." Blah blah. I'm like, "Oh, it's funny because it's in the attraction because it's left over from Alien Encounter." And I pulled up the clip, and we just ended up watching the whole thing.
Do you like that the curtain behind me looks like Sanderson's sister dressed or something?
Oh wow, you really planned this out.
I really, really did.
Oh, wait a minute. Is that book Trouble?
Huh?
I said, is that book Trouble? Because
Oh, it's Pop-O-Matic.
my roommate said I could borrow this, and I'm a little afraid of it.
It's a book. Did you guys already discuss whether or not we actually like this movie?
We didn't get there yet, but Nick wants
Okay.
to say that for Tony's sake, he hopes that you're drinking. Do you often drink Long Island iced teas? Is this a running gag that I'm not aware of?
No, I'm trying to read it all. I can't I hope
If he's going to watch this train wreck, the guy is a gamer
Oh.
for going to do this for the team.
No, it's an Arnold Palmer. So almost there. Actually, not even close to a real Long Island.
My favorite ESPN ad, maybe of all time, is they're in the ESPN cafeteria, and that's like Stuart Scott, and I think maybe Scott Van Pelt, and Arnold Palmer walks up to the cafeteria where they have the dispensers for lemonade and iced tea, and he does a little bit of lemonade, a little bit of iced tea, a little bit of lemonade, and then the sports anchors just watch him and they go, nice. Like they saw the man do his thing.
There's a joke on Scrubs where he's talking about Arnold Palmer. He's like, by the way, has anyone ever gotten famous for doing less? Ooh, yippee, mix two drinks together. Dr. Cox is like, Arnold Palmer is a golfer. And JD says, well, I'm sure the man has many hobbies, Perry. He's a drink mogul.
I'm pretty sure that Sanderson sister also sounds like a dog named Georgette.
Is Bette Midler a Disney legend already?
I mean, she was in that classic film, The Lottery.
Right? And everything else of the Disney of the 90s. It wasn't the 90s without Bette Midler.
She was the wind beneath our wings back then.
Yeah, in Disney's Beaches.
I forgot. I can't believe I forgot that was a Disney movie too.
It wasn't. Yeah, she was inducted in 2019. Apparently. Oh, yeah. That
she's in the first ever R-rated Disney release, isn't she?
Down and Out in Beverly Hills. And then I believe she also was in the 20th anniversary special for Walt Disney World, where Michael Eisner kept going to different celebrities' houses to get them to host it.
Well, one of these years they're going to actually make a sequel to Hocus Pocus, and that will be the year that she gets named a legend.
She's a
What's
legend.
the status on that?
2019.
Oh, she is a legend? Fine.
Yeah.
Well, they're going to do it again. They'll re-up. Like vow renewals.
They did that Hocus Pocus sequel book, which they heard was terrible.
I thought they announced that something was in the works for Disney Plus though.
I think I don't know if they announced it, but I heard it was reported on by the rags. And
No, it was announced by Disney.
oh really?
Disney Channel. Yeah.
Oh yeah, the one from Disney Channel. I think now. Oh my gosh, it's Chris Porter Rex. Wow.
I thought it was 90s spooky fun because we're watching a 90s spooky movie.
Spooky.
That was released in July.
I thought it was made in the summer.
It was also
With
released
the fall
in July,
leaves. Okay.
which is a terrible time to release
That's a fast turnaround.
because they made
Didn't say which summer.
right. It wasn't the same summer. It's because it came out the same year they made Nightmare Before Christmas, and they didn't want to have two Halloween movies.
Oh, it's Matthew Broderick's wife.
If only they could have planned.
Do you know who has a man crush on
for
Broderick?
years and years.
Who has a man crush on Matthew Broderick?
Doobie.
His episode of Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee is one of my favorites. If you're familiar with that program on Netflix.
Okay, for those of you watching along, we're 8 minutes and 40 seconds in.
Or this plus 2 minutes.
Yeah, Chris and I try to avoid getting the same shirts, and we failed horribly.
I didn't know you guys like coordinate it like that.
No, we don't. We don't try to coordinate. That's the problem. We try to just do our own thing, and then we get our same thing. Oh, it flies! I can get this to fly. Sorry.
Throw it at your roommate. See what happens. Ooh.
Oh. Magic's biggest secrets revealed.
You're the Masked Magician. Remember those specials on Fox?
Yeah, that's what I reference that show pretty regularly, and yeah, I think you're the first person who understood what I was saying.
Do you do all like the 90s Fox specials? Like, do you have Alien Autopsy like in your repertoire?
Yes.
You go millionaire.
Was that a Fox special?
Chris wants to say that this shirt is having the same shirt is always an accident.
Yes.
I believe when I met you guys were both wearing the same thing.
Yes, and probably 48 others.
If you could be turned into if you were turned into a cat, would that be a good thing for you or a bad thing for you?
I'd be allergic to myself. I think it'd be a good thing because then I could sleep 22 hours a day like normal and not be criticized for it.
Good to know about Tony.
And just walk away from people randomly and just not care.
Yep.
Lick yourself.
Again, things that are socially acceptable if I'm a cat, but not as a human.
Don't need to take a bath. Just lick your paw and rub your face.
Also, the way you identify your own property is a little unacceptable for humans.
For the record, I didn't know the name was Thackeray with a T until maybe 2 years ago. I thought it was Zachary with a lisp. Why can't I think of any other Sarah Jessica Parker movies right now?
Sex and the City.
Sex
and the City 2. Failure to launch.
Yeah, my brain, I can't think. It's having a failure to launch.
Flight of the Navigator.
Flight of the Navigator. Is she? Is she the sister?
She's the one in the hospital. Like the nurse.
I need to watch it again. I just remember the older brother, the younger brother's suddenly older, and Paul Rubens. That's and the ship is in Tomorrowland.
Did you know that she has a shoe store?
Who?
Sarah Jessica Parker.
What's it called?
It's not a joke. She really it's called SJP.
Oh.
I don't know how many locations they have, but
That's
there's one at Bellagio. These are
the fact
facts.
that the Bellagio made it a little bit cooler. Are they waterproof shoes?
I doubt it. They're not Allbirds.
Can I ask a Paul Rubens question?
Depends, but yeah.
How did he get typecast as the voice of spacecraft?
Probably Flight of the Navigator.
They saw that and they're like, "Oh, you make a great
did good.
ride."
This. We like it the way his laugh sounds as a robot. They told him to sit back, relax, and enjoy the recording session.
Looks like there are 9 SJP locations.
So in New York, there's literally just a bunch of high-speed helicopter shots with a plot. I remember when they started talking about like Florida highways and the turnpike for some reason, trying to find a place to land. And I'm like, is the Florida highway system that complicated that they need all that information?
This list of locations is interesting. it goes from New York to Las Vegas to Maryland, Edmonton. Then you get to Dubai, Abu Dhabi, another Abu Dhabi, and then East Rutherford, New Jersey.
There's 2 SJPs in Abu Dhabi.
Yeah. I guess she just set them up while she was filming the sequel.
Interesting.
What else has this kid been in? Max.
Max?
The tie-dye, the main character, Max, not the...
Yeah, no, I don't think Omri Katz. I don't think he's done much of anything.
Would you hire him after seeing this?
Ouch.
I don't know that I would hire... Most of them I would maybe put on like NCIS, CSI.
I think he was on Dallas for 4 years before this. Oh, he was the lead in Erie, Indiana. Do you remember that?
That's what I'm thinking of. I was like, for some reason, it was triggering goosebumps, but I knew that was wrong. But yeah, there you go, Erie, Indiana. That's a Fox show too.
They even aired that on Disney Channel at some point. Yeah, it was.
And then the sister is Thora Birch from Now and Then, and I think American Beauty. Wasn't she in American Beauty also?
Yeah, I think she's of the kids, she's definitely the one that had the success.
Yeah. Because I'm pretty sure the interest here, whose name I forget, she only did like NCIS or CSI type shows too.
She has a recurring role on Walking Dead.
Walking Dead. Not what I was thinking. Oh, there's the leaves and the leaves.
Chris would like to share that Max is in Matinee. With
that movie terrified me of sitting in balconies and theaters for a while.
Who made Matinee? I mean, Joe Don. Oh, Universal. That makes sense. I liked my favorite thing about Matinee is the obvious like reference to wacky Disney comedies. The shook up shopping cart featuring an anthropomorphic shopping cart.
I feel like just by casting alone, it was the same people who might have made Disney Channel movies.
And this one
like
is
these guys.
He was also in Adventures in Dinosaur Land.
What is that?
Chris believes that you would know this.
I don't know that. The only Dinosaur Land I know is Dinosaur World, and that's in the Martin Short movie Clifford.
Adventures in Dinosaur City was a TV film, also known as Dinosaurs the Movie, in Europe. And it has a 47% rating on Rotten Tomatoes.
That's higher than a lot of movies. That's surprising. Right. What's the lowest rated, like highly successful Rotten Tomatoes score?
I don't know. Is there anything more 90s than having ice shaved into your head?
Well, then I guess it's the 90s. Look, hold on. I'm joking. Not really.
And we are 17 minutes in. Yeah, see, look at like...
Yeah. That's all I'm going to notice now because you pointed it out. Hey, that's kitchen stuff.
Yeah, like, I feel like adding the word stuff is unnecessary because I don't think anyone thinks that's actually a kitchen in that box.
There's no stove in here.
Like,
it's when just kitchen stuff.
I wrote the name of the where it was going, not the the fact that it was stuff in that room. I kind of figured that out.
SNL alum Charles Rocket in one of maybe 3 things he did after SNL.
It's about these kids who get... So Dinosaur City is about 3 kids who get sucked into a cartoon or video game and have to save Dinosaur City. It's fun, but also terrible. It's 45% on Rotten Tomatoes. Hey, how bad can it be? It's no cat
Let me know when a good time for a plug would be.
right now.
Right now? Okay. Well, I figured I'd mention that our friend Aaron Wallace has a book all about Hocus Pocus, if you like this movie. It's called Hocus Pocus in Focus, and if you go to this URL that I put on the screen, you can find it quite easily.
I'm Allison. Allison, kiss me. I'm Allison.
That's her name. I don't know why I was thinking Vanessa.
So, Tony, apparently we need to watch this Adventures in Dinosaur City. I don't know, Chris. Do you think I would like it too? I don't know how well you know me, but also, by the way, Chris having a child makes me feel incredibly old. I'm gonna play the drums because I'm a '90s kid, and that's what I do. I wear T-shirts and I bang the drums.
And with a tie-dye peace sign treat behind you.
This movie's where you learn the term yabos.
Is that an official term? I feel like I've only heard it in this movie.
And I'm banging on my drums, and I'm wearing tie-dye T-shirts. Wow.
They're not cold-blooded. They're just cool.
Also, what kind of dinosaurs are not cold-blooded?
What are they wearing?
I don't know. Let me see if I can. I don't know if I can zoom in on this thing. That didn't do anything. Oh, it didn't.
It did.
Yeah, I guess so. Okay. I don't know how this technology works.
And I was not expecting like.
It almost looks like he has like a neck pillow on, like he's on a flight.
He's going flying, and then the other one.
It looks like it's knit, like a knit.
It looks like the sheet behind Max's drum kit.
Wow. You know what this makes me appreciate? The stylization in Jim Henson's Dinosaurs.
That show. I love that show.
What are they wearing? They're wearing their cool threads.
The amount of times I've seen the caption "Whoa" on this, I feel like I'm watching Blossom.
Do they spell it correctly, or do they spell it like Universal?
So I don't know the answer to this, but I'm going to say it's spelled WHOA.
Yes.
Does Universal spell it differently?
Is that correct?
Yeah, Universal spells it, puts the H at the end for their stupid, what is it, like, let yourself whoa?
Oh, like Woah?
These are the same people that can't figure out how many theme parks they have.
That's a great point. Yeah, they call it a third park, but then if you go, it says theme parks at capacity, Volcano Bay still available. It's like, oh, so we're acknowledging that's not a theme park? Is that how this works?
Well, and that's only for 22 more days.
Yeah, I remember like they put out a thing. We were announcing our 4th theme park, and I was like, "When are you going to announce your 3rd one?"
Now
I still
we're
like Kyle's comment. I still like Kyle's comment about it counts as a theme park only because it has slightly more water than the actual attractions at the other parks.
That's a good point. Optimus Prime. Whoa, kid. Do they teach all the characters how to say the word whoa now? I want to go home now.
Whoa is the catchphrase of the 90s.
You know what?
And every time you say it, Joey Lawrence gets 17 cents.
And so does Keanu Reeves. They split it.
Yeah, that's true too, yeah.
So are we going to go through the entire cast of Oliver and Company as we discuss this movie?
Yeah, who'd we miss?
Where's Cheech Marin? What, you got something to say?
Is he in this?
No. I feel like this is unrealistic because no one's carrying the McDonald's trick-or-treat pails.
We're getting the free coupons. Or not the free coupons, they had to pay for them, but getting them for free as a trick-or-treater.
Or the lazy parents who said, "Here's a pillowcase. Go have fun."
As Tony takes a drink, cementing his old man status. There's a pillowcase. Have fun.
Not that I ever heard it in that context or anything.
One year, during trick-or-treating, I went rollerblading. Let me tell you, it was much more efficient. Stairs were a little bit of an issue, but I was pretty good.
I feel like I did that at one point too, and then gave up because I kept falling.
Oh.
And then they're on cobblestone and brick, so I don't know if that would work well for them.
Probably not. Be a lot of vibration.
And now the Beach Boys will be stuck in my head all night. Did they just break into this house? Oh, it's a party. Okay. Oh, it's Allison's.
Oh, there's the Yabos.
Now I wish I were with you guys so we could go to some place in the town you're in and just go see Yabos so I could hear Benji go, "Oh, look, there's the Yabos."
I don't know if the Yabo town things are open.
Okay.
I've also never been, for the record. Seems like a waste of time and money for me.
I'm just going to move on.
Those aren't red Solo cups. That's not a real party.
It's a Halloween masquerade. It's not a frat party.
It's still a party, and every party has to have a red Solo cup. Can we put a little red Solo cup, like registered trademark thing, and get some money? No? Okay.
Not registered trademark.
Here's the moment.
I can put up a
Here's the
picture.
moment. Don't miss it. I couldn't wear anything like that because I don't have any. What do you call them, Max? Oh, that's how you spell Yabos.
I thought it was two B's.
Yeah.
This is I think they're misspelling it because just the nature of the word implies that it would be two B's.
I feel like the poor person capturing this is like looking at the cubicle next door, being like, "Hey, Joe, how do you spell?"
Are we going to use two B's or one on we spell Yabos? Hold on, let me see here. Yabos.
Red Solo cup.
I had a party once, and that was when that song was popular, and I intentionally bought turquoise Solo cups so nobody could sing the song at the party.
You know about the measuring lines, right?
What do you mean? Oh yeah. Well,
yeah.
I know they're there, but I don't remember what is what.
I mean, I think the first one is probably just however many shot, but yeah, I don't know about the rest.
Did anyone go to your party, Tony? I kind of feel like you're the guy in the movie that has the party no one goes to until they realize that the cool kids party isn't actually cool, and then they come like late in the evening to Tony's party.
That's pretty accurate, yeah. Hopefully Chris is still watching because I'm sure he'll have something to say about that, but yes.
Chris is the reason Tony has this job.
Chris is?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, because I saw like I was looking for people and I was on Facebook just saying like who I knew, and so I messaged Chris. I was like, "Hey, do you know anyone who would do this?" And he goes like, "Hey, you should reach out to Tony." I was like, "That's a great idea." And I reached out to Tony.
Thanks, Chris. I always thought because you asked me the same question, and I was like,
I know,
I would.
because I didn't want to be like, "Hey, you want a job?" That's a weird way to start the phrase.
Benji also asked me who he should hire one time, and I said me. So,
What we learned today is if Benji ever asks you who we should hire,
it's throw your hand up. There it is. Thank you, Chris.
And lives to tell about it.
Let's just say, where do you think that kid of his came from?
I was going to say the same thing, but I wasn't sure if that crossed the line.
Oh, okay. Well, I said it so he could be mad at me. As did my godson.
Seriously?
Mm-hmm.
What kind of parties do you throw?
That was a birthday party.
Do you mean like when they met each other, or?
That was when they met, yeah.
Oh, okay. I was okay.
Both of those groups.
Okay. I don't know either of their wives. And if your girlfriend's roommates gets locked out of her apartment, Tony will want proof. Wait,
So
what?
that was an earlier event. He's bringing it up, so I'm allowed to tell it, so I will. And I knew the girlfriend didn't like me or most of his other circle of friends. So before they even got there, I said they will be here half an hour, and then she's going to come up with an excuse to leave. At minute 29, she tells me, "Oh, I just got a text. We need to go. My roommate locked herself out of her apartment." And I said, "Oh no, that's horrible. Show me the text." and according to my friends who were there, there was like a record scratch. I don't remember that part, but it was like out of a movie. Where it's, and then she's like, okay, hold on. Oh, I just got another one. She said she got in. We're okay. We'll stay." I'm like, "Okay, cool. Sit down. Let's have some fun." And then like we just started playing games and stuff. But yeah.
So this is
This is when he lights the candle, right? Yeah.
Made out of flesh, a flesh candle.
I feel like that would smell really bad.
See, now you don't have never mind.
What? Okay.
Beetlejuice.
Did Kenny Ortega also do the Descendants?
Yes.
I feel like in the clips I've seen of the music videos that were on a constant loop on the Disney Cruise Line, they did the same kind of lighting effect with the planks in one of them. If I'm wrong, correct me.
I don't remember. How does a flesh candle work? I don't know.
It's very waxy.
I'm assuming you light it.
Ask Madame
Madame Tussauds.
That's not a candle.
Could they be? Could the Madame Tussauds figures become candles?
I guess if you stick a wick in it.
I remember I was watching Life After People on History Channel. Is that what channel it was on when it was on? But they were talking about if people just disappeared, because that's the concept of the show. But they were talking about Vegas and how Vegas would last for a while because of like solar energy and different plants and stuff in the area. And they talked about Madame Tussauds though, and the AC would eventually run out, and you would just see all the figures just slowly melt. And they like CGI'd it. And I was like, oh, can I be the last person just to see that?
Like Tony's gonna go there with like wire cutters and just cut their power just to see what happens.
Yep. Let's watch if that show was right. That's me using like the big bolt cutters, but on wire. Kathy and Jimmy's also in one of my guilty pleasure movies, Sister Act 2, Back in the Habit.
Oh yeah, you get it. It's a pun because they were habits.
So one of my doobie moments happened about 2 years ago, and I was like, "Oh, like a habit," because I looked at the DVD case and I just never put it all together. Even though that movie's been out since what, 93?
Not so much Sister Act 2, but in Sister Act, I get the like Sister Act versions of the songs in my head, and so like someone will start singing "My Girl," but I'll be like, "My God."
Well, that's how I am with Food Rocks too. So if I ever hear actual Peter Gabriel, don't ask me because I'm talking about pitas and high fiber.
Every bite you take.
Oh, bye, Kyle. So long. Farewell.
Do you have a favorite witch?
Probably Kathy, Najimy. Who was you, Mary?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just because of the vacuum.
Oh, Good point.
Her Funko that she's getting, they're doing all three of them as Funkos, and she's got the vacuum that she's flying on, and the other two have brooms. You could have your book back. Thank you. Go
Do I
wake up
work?
the neighborhood. Sorry, I was giving my roommate back his book.
Have you seen the show at Magic Kingdom for Halloween? The Halloween.
Once, and I thought it was like more the. It was cool that I liked it, but I felt like it was very heavy on Facilier when I saw it. So I was like, "Oh, it's the Hocus Pocus Facilier show."
Not that it's in season, but have you seen the Christmas one?
The new one?
Yeah,
I don't think so.
it's weird. It starts off really kind of rough because like they talked about like social media and stuff. But all that you need to have is Claire Bell Cow singing "All I Want for Christmas Is You," and that justifies the price of admission.
Do you remember?
Go ahead, Kyle. Yeah.
Maybe. Okay. Bye, Kyle. But
That's fine, but I guess you can't hear me. So
I can't hear him.
We just did. We heard you.
I was gonna say Clarabelle probably still does it better than Mariah Carey's isolated audio.
Yeah. Did you? I remember we usually go to bed at, like before midnight now because we're old. But when Mariah Carey had that issue, we're like, no, we're staying up.
What was it? 3 years ago?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, that was one of my favorites. with the whole whatever, it's still a hit.
Yeah.
And then she just like doesn't do anything. And the dancers like pick her up. Just put me down. Just put me down. I mean, I know it's not Wizard of Oz, but they can't get wet either.
I think they don't know what is happening because they go like water.
Because it's got the fire sprinkler or whatever.
Yeah,
that's right. Because he holds his little lighter up. Now I just want to watch the Matthew Broderick Comedians in Cars. Sarah Jessica Parker did one better, or did one too, but Matthew Broderick is better.
And I would consider neither of those people comedians, but alas.
Well, I didn't realize until that they were really good friends. That him and Jerry Seinfeld were really good friends.
Oh, I was going to say that him and Sarah Jessica Parker are really good friends. I'd hope so.
Yeah, they're married, so let's hope they're friends.
It's funny how, like, in this movie, they're amazed by some new technologies, but they also then reference them, like they're culturally aware. Mm-hmm. Like when they talk about Max's learner's permit,
which they shouldn't know about. 4 woes. That's almost $1 for Joey Lawrence and Keanu Reeves. Every black cat I've ever known that friends have had has either been Binks or Salem. So thanks, 90s.
Right. I feel like Binks and Salem were done by the same model shop.
For all we know, it could be the same model.
Right, that's a good point.
I don't know what this one means. I can't wait Halloween movie.
It means she can't wait. It's a Halloween movie, so she's excited to see it. Or he.
Hooray! We're already pretty far into it.
It is Thackeray. Who knew?
Oh, did you not believe me when I said that earlier?
I believed you. I just always thought it was Zachary.
Oh, okay. You know. Yeah, I can't remember a few years ago. I said something about like Zachary, and they're like, "It's Thackeray," and it was like the Kermit Muppet movie thing. Miss. It's a myth, miss. But yeah, I was like, "It's Zachary." They're like, yeah, Thackeray. I'm like, no, what? It's a TH.
So, what is your favorite Halloween movie?
It's kind of also a guilty pleasure, and it's not really even a Halloween movie. It's just spooky. Casper.
Oh, I get that. Kyle?
I don't know. Maybe, yeah, I can't think of anything like Halloween related, aside from like the obvious ones that I think are just okay.
I always wanted the Up and Atom machine from Casper to become a ride, as did I think a lot of kids at the time. And then as an adult who's worked in theme parks, I go, that's one person in a chair. That capacity is going to suck. There's no way that could be a ride. And you're putting blades in their face? Get out of here. What was I thinking?
Can I count Treehouse of Horrors as a movie?
No, but you can reference it.
Okay.
I think I probably have to say Ghostbusters.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not super into and I hate to say it because I feel like there should be something better, but I don't know.
Dead count?
Maybe I'm just a big Kristen Wiig fan.
That Ghostbusters?
I'm kidding.
Oh, okay. I was like, I still haven't seen that one, but I've heard things. Did they remaster this movie? That's a serious question. Is this like Hocus Pocus Redux?
I don't know. I would think so because it's high def.
Yeah,
look at the Snyder cut.
Because Binks's face animation looks a lot cleaner and smoother than I remember.
Here's some knowledge. Backstreet Boys music video for Everybody Is the Same. No, everybody. Wait, Backstreet Boys.
Everybody, parentheses, everybody. Backstreet's back.
Yeah.
I hate that I was the one that corrected that.
Yeah. Rock my bunny.
Yeah, it was the Whipstaff Manor foyer dance floor area in Casper.
How many times do you think they say virgin in this movie?
Well, isn't that what took it up to the PG-13 rating?
No, because it's PG.
Okay, I was just throwing that out there anyway. I didn't know.
Well, after you say it the first time, it's not so weird.
I think it's the best burn from a sister, too, when she said it earlier. Because he lit the candle, and she just goes, ugh, a virgin lit the candle. Ouch!
I saw Bette Midler in concert, and she dressed up as Winifred Sanderson and did a whole like Hocus Pocus bit.
Well, that's one thing I'll say about the park show too, is whoever casted that show at the park, like spot on. At least at first. I don't know if it carried on through, but
yeah. Hope they still work there. Here is Doug Jones from Searchlight Pictures' Shape of Water.
That's true. And he's also the in Pan's Labyrinth, this guy with eyes where my thumbs are, whose name I don't know.
He was also the model for Silver Surfer in Rise of the Silver Surfer.
Wasn't there... This is a universal thing again, but I feel like there was a reference to Billy in a Horror Nights house, but I can't remember which one. I'm looking this way because there's might be somebody in the room who might know.
There might, Rabbit. There might.
Okay. My dad and I do that all the time, by the way. Ben, what you just did.
Really?
You might, Rabbit. You might. Yeah, seriously. All.
I introduced that to Alex.
What is that from?
It's from it's and they would never mind, just Google it.
You might blank. You might
Rabbit. You might. It's right. From Winnie the Pooh.
Oh, that might be why I know it then, because it sounds familiar, but
it's also used in a Looney Tune.
I put in "You Might Rab," and it finished it up for me. So
you might have rabies. You might.
yeah, the Looney Tune is what came up immediately. And my dyslexia kicked in, and I read it as it says "Bugs and Thugs," and I read it as "Bone Thugs," and I was like, "Wait, there's like a Bone Thugs and Harmony song with this too."
Tell me what you're going to do. I know where to hide.
And every time I drive by Crossroads, that song plays a little bit in my head.
Crossroads still there
You won't be lonely.
For the moment.
for a moment. Broom.
One by one, things in it are missing, though.
What's that?
I said one by one, things go missing in it, though.
Really? Is the Taco Bell still there?
Taco Bell's still there. McDonald's is still there. Chevy's somehow is still there. The Moe's just closed. What's up, Nathan?
What? They're
My
closed?
fondest.
Moe's.
Oh, did I ever tell you my Moe's story?
No, but tell me, Mo, about it.
So when you would go into Moe's, I don't know if this is still the case, they would like, they people working be like, "Welcome to Moe's," like part of their shtick, right?
Yeah, that's what. Yeah.
And so one time we're in Moe's, and they go, "Welcome to Moe's," and the guy goes, "What? You're closed?"
They are now at that
My
one.
favorite.
Wait, hold up. You had a graduation in 9th grade? Who graduates from freshman year? That's just called ending school year.
My favorite Crossroads memory is when my now wife and I first began dating. We were at Disney World because she worked there, and I was like, "We go to me talk to Secret Data Crunches and then go get McDonald's," and she did.
For those wondering, we are 45 minutes into the movie. Rabbit bats. Here's also another great line. Coming up in the bus.
I call it a bus.
No, not that line.
Well, fancy?
No, not that line. We desire.
I'm not saying that one. Okay. That's
And then,
what I was going to say.
Hey, that may take me a couple of tries, but I don't think there'll be a problem. Okay, apparently we solved the mystery. Chris's middle school went 6th to 9th grade. Then you go to high school. So I guess there's only 3 years of high school?
I knew elementary schools that go to 6th, but I didn't know that there were middle schools that went to 9th.
Kind of screws up the whole freshman, sophomore, junior, senior thing.
Yeah.
So many questions, Chris. So
I
many.
just feel like they'd be like angry, like when the seniors, like how they would pick on the freshmen. It's not the same going, "Come here, sophomore."
Yeah.
Like,
Actually, used to when
this is when we learn he's an immortal, isn't it?
Yeah. Just like from that movie.
Cats?
No. Did you see Cats?
Did anybody?
No. This is when I found out Binks is a blow up cat. There we go.
Yeah, his face looks so much smoother. I'm gonna look into that. Oh,
Okay, apparently Chris convinced them to change their mind because it's now 9 through 12. Oh, I didn't realize Chris went there in like the 40s when they had different rules to that.
he too is an immortal.
we could be immortals.
Immortals. Mhm.
I got to
That's
interview
what I-
Fall Out Boy because of that song.
You think that anyone actually dressed up as Mrs. Potts for Halloween that year? Or just this movie? There he is. There she is. Hi, Mrs. Potts. Excuse me, pardon me, excuse me.
I'm pretty sure that's the one they use at Hollywood Studios, isn't it?
No, this one's lifelike.
I could see less feet on this one.
Roar. Oh.
Wait, now I just want to go get a bed sheet and have some kind of transformation for the camera.
We may or may not do that every time we change the sheets.
Oh, and then you graduated, probably went into the war.
Thank you for your service, Chris.
Yeah.
This is also when you learn that you shouldn't trust every police officer.
Well, last I heard, that guy was looking for John Connor.
Get out.
Okay.
Must be nice to be an actor where you don't have to actually act. You just stand there like this guy.
You mean what I did for 3 years?
What did you do?
I was an extra.
Okay. So you just stood there?
I mostly walked back and forth, but sometimes I
Okay.
sat there.
Did you ever have to do like a restaurant thing where you're in the background just kind of,
Yeah,
okay,
once in a while.
because you're not allowed to say anything?
Yeah, you're not really allowed to talk. My favorite, though, was when I did American Horror Story Asylum, and I would always volunteer to be in the straitjacket, not just because I got paid extra, but because it was like the easiest thing because I couldn't really go anywhere.
Mhm. Can you talk about what that was for?
For American Horror Story.
Okay, did I miss that? I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's the second season. So I would actually, during that time, I was doing that and Glee. So my days were very between the two shows.
That's-
And then Community.
Nice.
Yeah, I got to have a pillow fight with Chevy Chase one time. So, that's a thing I can.
And what was that experience like? Because I've heard it probably wasn't pleasant.
He was in a good mood that day.
Okay.
And it was a short scene.
Okay.
But yeah,
Is anyone
I got to
concerned
spend
that
like a whole
Gary,
week just in my pajamas.
anyone concerned that Gary Marshall's married to Penny Marshall?
No one's
Should
concerned
we
about
be?
that.
I mean, it's his sister.
It is? I thought they were just married.
What?
No.
I thought they were just married.
No, they're brother and sister
But they're married?
in this movie.
Oh. Why do I think they were married in real life? I didn't realize they were brother and sister in real life. I just thought they were married in real life. I'm behind on my Marshall facts.
The ABC actually did a whole Gary Marshall tribute not that long ago. So I know his thing was some people make important TV. I make recess.
I just feel bad because everyone knows about Penny and Gary, but everyone forgets about Sarah Marshall.
It's funny.
Oh.
That was good.
Thank you.
Yep.
You know, that movie is the reason why we have the Muppets.
Yeah, actually. Why we have them back.
Well, I mean, I meant the Muppet, like quote.
Oh, okay. Yes.
Not like I don't think that movie inspired.
But that movie like caused the resurgence of them.
Yeah.
It did get remastered because a new Ultimate Collector's Edition was released in September, which I'm wondering if this is the same one as that 4K Ultra one. We're referring to the remastering of.
Not
Hocus
for Gary
Pocus.
Sarah Marshall. Hocus
No.
Pocus.
Everybody forgot about that.
I was gonna look it up because I really
Kristen
wanted to
Bell's
see
working
this
on
in
Frozen
Seagull.
stuff.
I don't think I need to see the beginning few minutes of Forgetting Sarah Marshall in 4K.
Every time I see Penny and Gary Marshall, though, I think of A League of Their Own.
Mm.
I love that movie.
It's such a good movie.
That was actually one of my favorite costumes I saw at the last Not So Scary I went to. Was someone was dressed up as a Rockford Peach.
Nice.
This
And now that song's going to be stuck in my head.
Playground.
Not that one, the other one. But yes. That's I have satellite radio in my car. This used to be my playground, and I pulled up somewhere, and that song just started. I was like, "No, not now! I want to listen to it." Or no, the signal cut out. That's what it was, and I was like, "No, this is a good song." But the other one would be the that's the one that gets stuck in my head.
Cities near or far.
Thanks, Kyle.
Canadians. We're all for one. We're one for all. For all.
Here's the amok that people keep.
It's like one of 3 references you can make for this movie in every tweet possible. It's the these are the blanks you're looking for of Hocus Pocus.
So the other night, Disney released a Halloween party playlist, like officially whatever on Spotify, Apple Music, and all of those. And this song is noticeably absent, and I got very upset. Or well, not this song, but the one they'll sing at this party later on.
Oh no, it's because they didn't get the rights to it. It's a
is that why?
Yeah, it's like Disney didn't pay to really get the soundtrack rights
of the movie, or because
that song, like
because Bette Midler does a performance, so wouldn't they own that?
But doesn't come with the song.
Interesting.
Also, the band is inspired the Mickey's Boo to You Parade, the skeleton band.
I could see that.
It's really not so scary.
My animation nerd in me always kind of wanted to be a tribute to the skeleton dance from Silly Symphonies.
My first ever not so scary party was with Benji 10 years ago. Actually 11 probably.
Wow. Those were probably some of my last. Until they redid it again. It's like I used to go to every one for 4 or 5 years, and then I had to start paying for them.
Fun fact, did anyone ever pay for a Pirate and Princess party?
I'm long gone from the company. Not if you knew me.
They would give out free tickets to that like they were candy.
I wouldn't let anybody pay for that. I feel like if I was widely known that people were handing out bracelets for that, nobody would have cared. We got people here. It's fine. Why'd everybody get quiet?
Because we're watching the musical number.
Ah.
And now you're mine.
Oh, and Kyle's gone too.
Oh, bye, Kyle.
I made the joke about Charles Rocket being on SNL earlier and only hit 3 good things, but this would only be his second most popular work. I think his first one would be Dumb and Dumber, where he was the villain, secret villain, whatever.
I've never seen Dumb and Dumber.
Never seen Dumb and Dumber?
No.
Samsonite. I wasn't even close.
I didn't get that joke as a kid when that movie came out, but as an adult,
I didn't know Charles Rocket's dead.
Yeah, I wasn't going to talk about that.
At 56, what happened?
It was self-inflicted.
Oh,
if I remember right.
Yep, according to Wikipedia.
I mean, and technically they put the spell in this, no pun intended. So wouldn't that alter the song and make it their own kind of?
It's like Josie and the Pussycats, where the message is like hidden behind.
I never saw. Are you talking about the movie? Because I never saw the live action movie.
Oh, you should see it. It's really fun and stupid. I think it's on HBO Max. It's over the top with silliness, and the soundtrack's actually really good. Have you ever heard of Letters to Cleo?
I've heard of them.
The girl does the voice, and then a lot of the songs were written by like Adam Schlesinger and a bunch of other like big pop people. So
I just know it's responsible for part of the demise of Rachel Lee Cook from She's All That's career.
Yeah, but it's got Parker Posey and Alan Cumming, so I mean it's hard to go wrong. And
pocket full of Parker full of puss.
And Donald Faison is in it for a minute with Breckenmeyer and
more of the cast of Clueless.
Yeah, and actually more specifically, they're in Can't Hardly Wait together.
I love that
because it's this same director, and so Seth Green, they're in a boy band called De Jour, which is very clever.
What was it? Oh my gosh, what was their band in Can't Hardly Wait? Because they were the band in that too.
I don't know.
Love Burger? Is that what it was? Did somebody order a Love Burger? Well done. And then they start playing. Actually, no, you never hear them play because right as they're about to play is when they stop. They have a band fight.
Are you drawing today, Tony?
I am not. Should I be?
Did he draw yesterday? I missed it.
Yeah, he did Yoda.
Kind of. I about halfway through, messed up his eyes, and I'm like, I'm not starting over.
You could do Binks, but you had to do a lot of shading.
If I did any of them, it would be Binks. I'm assuming, yeah, it's Love Burger. Can't Hardly Wait's my favorite of that genre of teen comedy for my generation.
I don't know.
Kyle, how old are you?
I'm 34.
Okay.
That's like 10 years older than Tony's girlfriend.
6, actually. You gonna put up another banner, Benji?
That's how it came up. Was Kyle was going through the banners and he's like, "Wait, what's this about cradle robbing?"
God.
1 hour, almost. If you had 2 minutes.
Yep, 1 hour and 1 minute.
What's the runtime on this?
1 hour and 36 minutes, but that probably
Okay.
includes a heck of a lot of credits. And
If there's anything from Punky Brewster, don't mess with appliances in an alleyway or junkyard.
Aren't you a little young for Punky Brewster?
Yes, but I remember that distinctly.
Mm.
Do you know what I'm talking about? Do you remember?
No, I never watched Punky Brewster.
So there's an episode where like they're playing hide and seek, and her friend hides in an old fridge, like Indiana Jones style, but without the nuclear explosion, and almost suffocates and dies.
I have a question. In all of our watch-alongs, are we going to reference Indiana Jones being in a refrigerator?
I know we did in the last 2.
Yeah.
Did we for Coco?
Don't remember.
Kind of like how with the movie club, we always have to talk about what happens to a frog in a lightning storm. Or gets struck by lightning. Same thing as everything else.
What happens?
Same thing as everything else.
I don't know the answer to that.
Literally, the answer is same thing that
Same thing
happens to everything else.
Okay.
Gets wet?
Thinking about favorite. What?
Oh, bye.
What kind of book are you looking for?
Also, is this supposed to be like a big kiln?
Yeah. For like a pottery class? That's
Yeah. Cool. My high school was severely budget cut then. We had a tiny one.
I don't think any school, like TV schools always have much bigger budgets than real schools.
It's true.
It's like all those things that they talk about, like we didn't have like a school television station.
I did in middle school.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which didn't go to ninth grade, but it only went to eighth. But yeah, we had a TV station. Is it a TV station or is it just glorified CC like security cameras?
Well,
Like that whole thing. But yeah,
it's like there was this like group of people that were when I was in college that were on like basically UCLA's version of public access, and everyone thought they were a big deal. And then I think they realized being a big deal like on a campus and being a big deal in Hollywood are not the same thing.
I remember my high school had, at least in terms of what I was exposed to in my high school, we had dark rooms, like old photography dark rooms.
Yeah, we had that too.
And I feel like that was like the extent of non-sports related money going somewhere. There's a movie called Hamlet 2.
Alex loves that movie.
I adore that movie. It's a good movie. Yeah. So I was stop while you're in. But one of the best camera shots in that movie is when they're telling him all the arts and entertainment budgets were being cut, while the principal's standing in front of all these like sports trophies, and it's just like a really subliminal like we'll spend all the money on this, but not you guys. And yeah, it was highly relatable. I was like, yeah, that's my high school.
My econ teacher was the football coach, and so sometimes like assistant coaches would come in and class would just shut down for a good 20 minutes. Just like, okay, cool. Well, this is more important. That's why.
I was a TA for our football coach was the American government teacher, and I was his TA for a while. And he would always like kind of like be a little more lenient with these ones to keep them on the team, even though our football team was miserable.
Wow, that's the kind of thing that like you always think happens, but never actually.
Oh no, it does. It totally does. Yep.
And this is where Danny dies. Ooh, no.
What?
Just some PG-13 action.
Oh, well.
I think it's funny that so this is clever. I mean, it plot-wise it makes no sense, but so they're listening to the like, Spanish tape, and so she goes, "Hello, I want my book," and then French.
Well, would that plastic boombox have survived that kill?
I don't think so.
Did you guys know that Thora Birch is in a Limp Bizkit music video?
Who isn't?
Which one?
Eat You Alive.
I don't remember that one on TRL.
No, this was, I forget which album it's called. I think it was the one after Wes left the band. I could be wrong about that. That might have happened later. I think it was like effects results may vary. I forget.
They I would just like to congratulate the Miami Heat for winning their second game. So now the Lakers only lead by 3-2.
Is that in the bubble?
That's in the bubble at Walt Disney World.
I had to. A friend of mine came to visit, and we drove by World of Sports on 192, and you can see like there were sheriff's cars. This is like when the bubble first started, to like make sure nobody's like climbing over or anything. And he's like, "What is that?" I'm like, "Oh, the NBA bubble." He's like, "I forgot." And we ended up doing like a 11 p.m. tour just to see the cop cars blocking everything at all the different hotels.
Yeah, I drove by. We were kind of there in the middle of the bubble, and we drove by Coronado, and there was all the extra security.
And Robin Lopez never got to go in the lazy river at Blizzard Beach.
Nope. Poor Robin Lopez. How is he ever going to get a chance to do whatever he wants with his $8 billion?
What's a chung?
There's no such thing. Tongue, I believe.
Oh. Is this the lizard in a rainstorm thing?
Huh?
Is this the frog in a rainstorm thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Oh,
you
that's
think-
right. Yes.
Do you think LeBron's going to top Westbrook's tip?
Don't you hate it when you're with a book and it starts looking at you while you're cuddling with your wannabe girlfriend?
Well, that's a laptop nowadays. If you leave it without virus protection and malware.
I believe that computer was also in Coca.
It would be, yes, I'm sure, especially if that were an Apple.
Speaking of Kenny Ortega, they should have a Descendants line called Malware.
Oh.
That's funny. I shouldn't get that joke, but I do.
Yeah, Tony, as you work for Laughing Place, you'll realize you'll learn parts of the company that, you know.
Well, sadly, most of my knowledge of the Descendants franchise comes from on the ship on the Dream. There was a channel that was just Disney music videos, and by just Disney music videos, there's maybe 15 of them, and I'd say 8 of them were Descendant songs.
You can change the channel.
So with the length of time I was on that ship, we only got 6 channels that weren't like Disney network things, like CNBC and Fox News, which I did not have on, and MSNBC. So it was kind of like, do I want to hear politics all the time or stick with the Descendants music?
Well,
there was also the Mickey Mouse Shorts channel, which that's how I know all of them now.
Yeah, that we watched that. Isn't your girlfriend like the target age for the Descendant franchise, like when she was a kid? Or was she too young for that?
She's too old for that. Yikes. God. Where's the banner? Get the banner back up.
Don't put the banner up.
Don't put the banner up. So I'm just gonna say it out loud because my shadow can't hear what's going on the screen.
Oh, that's for the best.
Yes, but I'll just say again that they said my shadow was the target age for the Descendants.
Ew.
We heard that.
Yeah.
No.
If you could hear me through 3 walls like last night, you could definitely hear, but it's not too far. And this would be correct.
Yes.
I have a question. Do you guys like bond over like telling her about things like rotary telephones and cassette tapes?
Not those 2 examples, but there are actual times, yes, where I'm like, well, you see, in my time,
when you wanted to know a movie time, you had to call a phone number.
In my time, middle school went to 8th grade.
Well, unless you were born in the war, like Chris. I feel like this movie is like the Revenge of Curse of the Mummy of movies, because like you think it's over, and then it's not. But in the end, both are not quite satisfying.
Also, the Allison should not be playing a high schooler. I feel like she plays mid-20s.
Well, isn't that like a normal thing though? Like people in high school are played by.
Yeah, but like the other one looks kind of right. Wouldn't
Did you
you
ever
say
watch
he looks more like high school than she does? Yeah.
You ever watch Hannah Montana?
No, I did not.
Did your shadow ever watch Hannah Montana?
Did you ever watch Hannah Montana?
No.
No.
Too young.
Too old.
Jason Earls, who plays like her brother, I think is like.
Yeah, wasn't he like 40 or something?
Yeah. else? Okay, listen, things were different back then. And how have I become older than Tony?
Because you got past the scurvy, so you made it. Good job.
I feel like his shadow keeps him young. Also, Tony didn't know the X-Men reference. Ah,
I got a layup, and then I was like, oh yeah, that's right, because Storm says it.
every 15-year-old boy's worst dream: going into his bed and seeing Sarah Jessica Parker laying there.
I will say I understand the salt thing because my shadow likes Supernatural, that show.
Hasn't that been on since she was like in kindergarten? What season are they on?
How long has Supernatural been on the air?
They just had its 15th season.
So when did it come out?
Too long. I don't know.
That's the question.
I don't know.
Anyway. Is this going to be the recurring rag on me thing? It came out in 2005.
Okay, so you were in college.
I was in college.
And she was.
I don't want to know. I don't want to ask that question.
You could do math. You realize that, right?
Yes, I can do math. Even though, again, I went to art school, so not the best thing. What were you doing in 2005? She's doing the math.
I was 7.
Ugh, I don't know if you heard that.
Oh, 7.
No, that's not true.
I was 7th grade.
7th grade, not 7 years old.
Oh my god.
They're crying, laughing. Oh god. 7th grade. 7th grade. But still, that's bad, but not as bad as what you guys were thinking. You can't see my hands. They're flailing like a...
Wacky waving, flailing to me.
Yeah. Anyway, Benji's literally wiping his eyes.
Oh my god.
7th grade.
So when you were in college, Tony, what did you think of 7th grade?
Yeah.
Not a lot. That's the stuff I don't like talking and thinking about. I was waiting in line for Disneyland's 50th anniversary in 2005, and she was buying books for the 8th grade.
I was at Disneyland, but I didn't wait in line because, I'm me.
I was I was in that thing at 2 a.m. that moved
DCA?
into California Adventure. Yeah.
I remember leaving my hotel room, looking at the people in line and being like, oh, good God, no. And then I went back. And then I got there like 6 a.m. They did a breakfast in Newland Square, and then we went out to see the ceremony.
Were you up on the castle?
I was by the castle.
Yeah.
I wasn't on the castle.
Well, yeah, we were in Tomorrowland.
And I remember I had to fly from there to Disney World for some reason, and it took me like 87 minutes to leave Disneyland because it was like all one-way traffic because the place was just so packed.
Yeah. And then I remember the giant merchandise line from the Hunchback show thing in Frontierland around the Rivers of America down into Critter Country.
So I remember when DCA opened, like no guests showed up, but like all the news stations wanted to show pictures of the long lines on opening day, so they just went to the merchandise lines, even though all the rides were walk-ons. Not
even Soarin' had a line? I thought that was the one that always had a line at the opening.
No one went on opening day. It was like empty. I even got an ADO. Like I was supposed to work, and they're like, we're not busy enough. So how old was your shadow when Hocus Pocus came on?
When did it come out? 92? 3?
I want to say 92, but I don't know if that's true. '93. So you were probably like in elementary school.
In '93, I was 9.
Yeah.
Yep.
And was she born?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what this was.
She was 1.
Yeah. In '93, in June of '93, I was enjoying what is now my favorite movie ever in a theater. Which was earlier. I posted. Here's a plug. I posted our poster pics because of the One Day at Disney episode. And my favorite movie poster of all time is not a Disney one. So I was like, I really want to talk about it, but I can't.
That's a good poster. That was a good trailer too.
Which one?
The one with that was just basically the logo.
So my opinion, the teaser for that trailer, the teaser trailer for it was the better one because it has the brick of amber,
Mm-hmm.
and and the narrator goes, "This is amber. This is whatever." Da, 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 da. And inside it is a mosquito, and just kind of explains it a little bit. With this, we can create the most amazing creations of all time at a place that only Steven Spielberg could take you. And then the logo. And I was like, what? What is happening?
It's amazing how trailers have evolved. They
Yeah.
didn't have that anymore.
Nope. Because at no point, aside from the fact that Amber has something to do with the story, do you get any of the story of the movie. Whereas now you get the whole movie in 2.5 minutes.
You will believe a man can fly.
What's that one from?
Superman.
Oh, okay.
It was basically just the Superman logo with that tagline.
I was surprised when Jeremiah suggested one of his favorite posters for the article, and it was the Black Cauldron. Yeah. Everybody loved the ensemble ones. And I'm over here with the teasers. They're simple. The simpler ones are better ones.
Yeah.
But that's my opinion.
The man with
I'm assuming same Wi-Fi.
Oh.
That's the funniest part to me about your guys' situation right now. You're both on the same Wi-Fi.
I always wanted a child, and now I think I'll have one. On toast. That is often used in the Disney Cruise Line's Villains Quotes Trivia. So
Really?
Yeah.
Can he drive? Oh, he has a learner's permit. That's right.
Yeah, here comes the line in a second. Here it is. Pull over. Let me see your driver's permit. Like she knows what that means.
That happened to me once in a Starbucks drive-thru because I got the last Frappuccino. The person behind me was very angry.
Oh. How did they have a last Frappuccino?
I don't know. I was just saying that for fun.
I thought this was a
nobody ever violently attacked me by flying next to me for their drive-through goods.
Stranger things have happened to you, Tony.
That's so true. Ego, stranger things have happened to you than that. Yep. They just shrugged.
Fun fact. So when they open up his mouth, those were actually in his mouth. Those moths and stuff.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. So it's going to happen in 1 second. Here we go. They put a little box in his mouth and then once he opens it, everything would fly out. Yeah.
Oh, those were the days. Let's actually do something. Not, we'll do it in post.
Wench. Trollop. You buck-toothed mop riding firefly from hell.
So you are synced up with mine, and I just heard you saying it while he was. All of these sets to me are reading the old Goosebumps shows and Are You Afraid of the Dark?
Yeah, this is definitely DCOM level now.
Yeah.
Disney gonna make a movie like this, maybe on Disney Plus, but
Like I'm also getting Thriller from This Is It vibes, but I know why. That's Kenny Ortega.
The man with the sad Wi-Fi says giving up. Peace.
Oh, bye, Kyle. Sorry. Oh, because I forgot. Like, why are they putting her in the grave? Do they explain the salt in this movie, or they just expect us to know? Okay.
I don't remember when, but they do.
Is that the
Spread
vacuum? Where's the vacuum? I don't think I've watched this since it was on Freeform in a break room somewhere.
Oh, Julie's couch.
Not that break room. Come to think of it, I never really even utilized a break room there. The main cafeteria, yes. But I'd go not hide, but go be in the vehicles and just away from everybody else. Car barn, maybe.
Oh, I've been there, thank you. It's founded quite lovely.
See, I just pictured him doing this again with eyeballs.
He's in Star Trek too now.
I was watching I can't remember what I was watching, but it was like some 11-minute clip somewhere, and it was about him. And there's like it's the most successful actor that you don't know.
Oh yeah. I think like Frank Welker gets that a lot because he does all the dog noises.
Okay,
in
yeah.
movies.
I feel like that would be true for any voice actor, though. But
Wasn't
even
like
then,
Samuel L. Jackson at the top of that list, like in terms of like box office?
who Samuel L. Jackson?
Yeah,
But everybody knows who that is.
I know. I'm just saying it's like
Okay.
one of the things that because
I'm sure he's attached to like every box office success.
Yeah, what franchise has he not been in?
Planet of the Apes, maybe. Unless he's in one of the newer ones.
I don't think so. I mean, but I don't know. But
Harry Potter.
yeah, that is true.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
Avatar. Is that a franchise yet? Because it's only one.
Yeah, I don't think so. He was in Kong, Shaft.
What's he
Die
talking about?
Huh?
Sorry.
I'm only just talking about Shaft.
Yeah. But yeah, are we talking franchises or movies? Because I think in terms of franchises, the longest one he's in is Marvel.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's gone pretty early in the Jurassic Park franchise. What is this?
So the list of highest grossing actors. So this is a person is appearing in the movie. Can you guess who number one is?
Highest grossing actor?
Yeah, they're in like the box office of the movies they're in is.
My guess would be Chris Pratt.
No.
Okay, because the only reason I said that is because he has 3 Lego figures made of him, and he's got like some record for that. I'm not joking, because he is Owen in Jurassic World. He is Star-Lord, and then he is Emmett in the Lego movie.
Yeah, but I think you're thinking too much of like volume and recent. Like
Okay.
you're thinking more of like quality of their role in the movie versus that they're in it. So, for example, number 1. No, let's go backwards because that's more.
Okay.
Number 10, Andy Serkis.
Okay.
Number
Again,
9,
somebody you know but you don't ever see.
Scarlett Johansson. Number 8, Alan Tudyk.
That's one that's come up every watch along we've done.
Number 7, Warwick Davis.
Okay.
Harry Potter and Star Wars.
Yeah.
Number 6, Robert Downey Jr.
Okay.
Number 5, Bob Bergen, the voice
Who's
actor.
that? Oh, okay.
Voice actor. I know he's Porky Pig. I'm sure he does other things. His number one, his highest grossing movie is Minions. Number 4, Frank Welker, does dogs, also Transformers. Number 3, John Ratzenberger.
Again, another one that's come up every watch along so far.
It's funny because it shows him as like movie currently in theaters because of Empire Strikes Back.
Mm-hmm.
Number 2, Samuel L. Jackson. Can you guess number 1?
Mm-mm.
Stan the Man Lee.
But that goes back to the whole quality of work thing, because does a
It doesn't
cameo
say,
count?
like, John Ratzenberger's like most of his things are like a word, but yeah, it's not about like.
I would disagree with that,
but that's number 1
because he has minor roles, but he also has some pretty significant ones in the Pixar realm.
Yeah, but lately it's more of a.
I wouldn't count Empire based on what we saw last night. But
oh, they defeated the witches.
those witches.
Well, I had to. I'm your big brother. I love you, jerkface. I love you too. Is this footage of? Are you the one on the left and your girlfriend's the one on the right? Is that...
Okay. No, we're done. We're Penny and Gary Marshall all of a sudden.
Bye, Billy.
I don't know why I wanted to say hope you find your dad, but that's why did that Elf. Bye, buddy. Hope you find your dad. Everybody in the room with me is like, yes, that one. Elf.
So we're reaching the end of this movie, and this is the end of our Disney Plus watch-alongs. So
Does it say Thackeray on the grave?
Does it?
This is Emily.
Emily Binks. And does he have a grave? Because didn't he just kind of disappear?
I guess maybe. I thought I saw the Y, so it might have been Emily, and I just thought it was Thackeray.
There he is. Come see me on NCIS.
I remember it was one of those situations where a friend of ours watches NCIS pretty regularly because we're old, and I was like, that guy looks familiar. Why does that guy look familiar? And we looked it up. I was like, oh, no way. But yeah, I don't think we ever answered Kyle's question. Do we actually like this movie?
Nope.
Okay. It's not bad. I just don't.
I don't love it.
Get why everybody loves it.
I feel like it's overexposed at this point.
Yes. Oh, I just realized it ends like Casper. She got to meet him as a real boy.
Yeah.
Actually, no, it's inverted because it's still a ghost, but it was still a human form.
Right. Yeah. And he goes off into a happily ever after with his sister, which parallels the brother and sister dynamic of the other. See, it's actually a lot more complex than you would think.
Well, after this whole adventure, I think this kid can light a candle safely again.
So that is Hocus Pocus, the legendary freeform classic.
Of ABC Family, Freeform. What other network names have they had?
Fox Family, Family
Fox
Channel,
Family Channel.
Broadcasting Network.
So I'm pretty sure it was on it for all of them.
What do you got coming up? Are you on your weekend now?
I'm on my weekend now.
Great.
You guys don't have to be exposed to me for about 48 hours.
So thanks so much for joining us. I hope you had a great time. And we will see you next. So if you don't like and subscribe, ring the bell and you can participate live with us next time we do something. We'll be back tomorrow for more coverage of metaverse, including at approximately 6 o'clock, we'll be covering the Lost panel. So check this out. So talk to you later, everybody.
Bye,
Bye-bye.
guys.